Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to another live stream of Hearthstone. We are starting a day early and frankly this is one of those no announcement streams because of the way YouTube seems to not want to announce things if you have things scheduled at the same time. So the best live streamers almost certainly would only live stream on their YouTube channel and not have any pre-recorded footage, or I'd have to wait potentially 30 minutes off of the hour since there was something announced at 2 o'clock to start streaming, which would be just too much of a waste of time on my part. It's July 20th, a Thursday, and the Fire Festival has finished and the Frost Festival has begun, and in part of that I will show you on my Asia account later. You were given a free arena run and you're given this decision here where they want you to play 3 arena games, so you get 1 free arena game and then they ask you to spend 300 gold after having about a week of an opportunity to earn more gold. So they give and then they take it away.
Be sure to tell Ragnaros how cool it is.
So any extra gold you potentially won, they're gonna try and now convince you to spend. For a second there, I thought maybe, just maybe, that Blizzard had decided to stop being greedy, and nope, I had too much faith in them. This is a trick, clearly. I've already paid for 1 arena run, so we can go ahead and do that. We need to get an arena run with a paladin, a warrior, or a druid, so let's go. And I'm thinking
Arena matches are a mainstay of the Frost Festival. Happy drafting, fool!
Like, I can't even play any of the characters that I would like to play. So, like, Hunter, I suppose, is... I'm gonna have to do an arena run here where it doesn't even overlap on my other quests. Play 3 games of arena. Maybe that's less than what I'm thinking, though. Maybe that will actually be only play 3 games, as in maybe I could just lose. Paladin, warrior. So I'm gonna go with Hunter. And I'm hoping my Hearth arena works here. And at the beginning, at least, I don't see a real reason to pick anything. I kind of wish that Hearth Arena would point out what I should pick as far as a hero, but I think that's probably a little bit beyond what would be interesting too. Like, if they always told you to play as mage because mage wins more than anything else, then you would be very much bored with your gameplay. This is nice that I found Hearth Arena out. Ooh, a -1. I didn't know they could go in the negatives before this happened, so at least I can make these arena runs count for something as we experiment to see if this can really improve our victories. And if I can get to the point where I average 150 plus gold every arena run, then that would be right where I'd like to be at. I'd potentially do an arena run every 3 days. Then if, yeah, well, that would be the maximum I'd be willing to stream. I'm not really looking at the instructions here or the cards just in an effort to save some time here. Being a day early, I do have some news, but I also have this idea that I might not even bother to talk about any of the news. Maybe, maybe not. It depends on how much I want to really focus on this to get it to work, or how much I want to, how much people want to talk. Is anybody on right now? Nope, nobody's actually playing Hearthstone. The people that have friended me, at least. 103. I'm getting the range here. It's potentially negative 103 would be my guess, and potentially as high as slightly above 100. I bet 100 is the top tier deck score, and what happens after that is adjusted to. This menu does not work anywhere. It does not want to stay anywhere. So there's definitely a flaw in it. And sadly, I don't really have too much to even talk about as far as what I've been recording, because I've mostly been recording nothing. The summer heat is killing me, as it's probably killing a lot of people. A little exaggeration, but only by a small amount. It's very exhausting, very draining. So, having not looked at the cards, I assume what we're doing here is trying to play a beast strategy and get the scavenging hyena and get all of that to work. Why did it pick Blood Knight as a card? That's an interesting pick of the three options. I guess I should have paid more attention. At this point, I guess I would have to go back and re-look at the footage.
Do you like to play with fire?
So if I play this, what's the right move? Play this and then kill the creature and get a +2/+1, or do I play this and this? I think we do this and then this, and I've just kind of blown this advantage already, haven't I? Oops. That was totally wrong. I should have played something closer to this. Just played that. This would have protected that creature, and it would have protected this guy, because it's very easy now for them to either play 3 1-mana spells if they have it, which they probably don't, or just attack and kill their character.
Not on my watch.
Seriously? Let's try this again. Play a little bit better this time.
I suppose.
So I said I'd be back in 3 days. I'm back in 2 days because of the extra daily quest they handed to me. Tragic Master was right about Ragnarok's ending right when the Tavern Brawl ended, so I guess I also need to do the Tavern Brawl today. and try to just get all of the daily quests done. The reason why I haven't gotten much work done, besides the general inability to get work done at all, in general, just laziness, inefficiency, is because I was covering Commander Keen and Wolfenstein 3D, and then Wolfenstein 3D's DLC, Spear of Destiny. And when I'm covering an old game that is just kind of a spotlight, they aren't exactly in the too old category, where I have several games I've called are just too old, not capable of being played. You could actually play one of the episodes of Commander Keen with an Xbox One controller, and it would be as finicky as it was originally, but otherwise playable. And unfortunately, that's just with Wolfenstein 3D, the controls are a lot worse. So you can't play Wolfenstein 3D with a controller, or really even a mouse. It's too finicky. The sensitivity of mice these days is too high. You'd have to turn it down in your Windows operating system and then turn it down all the way in the computer. And frankly, Wolfenstein 3D makes your motion sick after a while. It's not a very good game. It's not a very fair game. 5 and 2 to the adjacent ones. There we go. Maybe now things will start to succeed a little bit better. But when I cover those games, they're not games worth playing. And I know that going in, and I know I'm just going to do a spotlight on the games. The only reason I'm covering Commander Keen, the only reason I even have it, is because of Wolfenstein The New Order. I just wanted... I got them really cheap. I wanted to own them in my Steam library. They were things that were most definitely going to constantly reappear as something on sale each summer sale. And for all of those reasons, let's see, do I want to kill this character? Yeah, I think doing a little control here is probably the right move. So yeah, Commander Keen, the first game made by id Software. Wolfenstein 3D, the next game made a year later. It is really crazy how they jumped from a kid-friendly and kid-targeted 2D platformer to Wolfenstein 3D to Doom, and never really looked back. Talk about finding your footing. Very rarely can I think of any other video game company that went so quickly and so far in different directions. I think there's a story on NPR from a few years ago about a radio station that went from Christian talk radio to heavy metal and after a year, and that was probably the next closest example of anything so drastically changing. Adapt. Let's see. What can we do? Taunt with a death rattle. Destroy pirate. Give your weapon +1/+1. We'll do this. Should I destroy a pirate now? That seems like a really bad mistake to make. Actually, And so going through Wikipedia, reading the history of Wolfenstein, trying to take that information, boil it down into my own personal recollection. Certainly there's a lot that could be said over the years about Wolfenstein, and just having something to talk about as you're showing off these games. Getting the computer to work and record DOSBox games is pretty difficult on OBS Studio. In general, if you're new to OBS Studio and you just do monitor capture, that's it's a lot easier than trying to do game capture and improve and have some of the extra features and abilities that I'm closer to. I'm at that point where I can mess with the features, and hopefully that's somewhat valuable, but only for more modern games that go full screen, not DOSBox games. So it took me one day to cover the Commander King videos and make a 45 video, and it took me one day to do Wolfenstein and Wolfenstein Spirit of Destiny, which is really, really ridiculous. Let's do this. And I don't think I'm anywhere close to losing here, so... No, I'm actually at victory. Look at that. Victory, victory, victory. Now, what I want to see here is that it says I've played one game of Arena. Because if that's true, yes, 3 games of Arena. That means I only have to do 1 Arena run, which saves me greatly, and hopefully because I had already bought into an Arena run, the next time I enter the Arena after this, it will be free. Which probably, I would guess, means that they're not, I have to take back, they're not actually as greedy as I thought they were. When I first saw that, I thought they wanted us to do 3 Arena runs. If they just mean play 3 Arena games, well, there's literally no way you can do that on the free Arena run. Because if you get 3 losses, you're still playing those 3 games. These are not the right cards. My TV is more and more falling apart. It's flashing and flickering. I probably need to be more concerned about it and switch it out, but I'm holding out hope that it will last a little bit longer before I have to spend a major amount of energy replacing it with a different TV, my main TV. See, just when you think you're safe enough to buy a secondary TV, your main one starts to fail. I could potentially do for a bigger main TV. There's room on the wall specifically, but
I suppose
it is also possible that the cord or the surround sound receiver in the middle of those connections might be the problem, and that is also something I should just experiment with. Right now, after this, if I can get around to it, I'm going to play Return to Castle Wolfenstein, which is, I believe, a 2001 remake, reboot that has been forgotten of Wolfenstein before we get to Wolfenstein The New Order. And that will give me a 3rd spotlight, which gives me 3 extra videos to air, and in those 3 extra videos in which I can air, can't attack. Well, then this will work out well. can't attack until it's silenced, I suppose. So one would assume they are working on a silence thing. Silence me or silence them? Ah, so I ruined their silence plan. Right, whenever this attacks, deal 3 damage to your hero. Whenever this minion takes damage, deal 3 to deal. Alright, I'll take this for now. And then I'm gonna keep everybody alive so I can play this next turn. If I'm so lucky. Play this as cheaply as possible. This and Sea Giant actually works really well together. Maybe I'll just do an arena run today. Do like one video and do an arena run and then stop the stream until tomorrow. Well, if I only get that one quest done, I guess that would work, and this would be an interesting experiment. Since we know this is one of these scenarios where since I know this is one of those cases where you can't.
Such a shame.
Let's do this. Since I'm probably not going to get any views on this stream, why not come back tomorrow? And this would only be 45 minutes or so of my time, whatever this arena is. Make that one episode. Come back tomorrow and then do the rest of it, because the last stream I did was 3 hours long and I was very bad to not break it up into 3 episodes. I really don't care if you control at least 2. Which one do I want? Death Rattle. Death Rattle. Like, yeah, I think that's the way we might go. So on days when YouTube just doesn't want to announce that I'm streaming, that I'm live, which it still hasn't done, and it won't announce at all. Maybe just call the day. Maybe do one 45-minute thing. The problem there is that then it just ruins my schedule even more. Yeah, I know I talk about wanting to stream and record after Hearthstone a lot, but the truth is I almost never actually get it done. I very consistently don't do anything and just take that as my day off, and yeah, that's pathetic to say my day off is the day in which I'm live streaming, in which I'm actually working, but that's very much the case. But that's how I feel, is I want trigger friendly minions death rattle. Well, I don't have any friendly minions death rattle right now.
Your weakness betrays you.
There we go. I don't see how I don't win this in the next turn. Unless they can play something amazing with their 5 cards. I like how I'm able to hold back here. just hold on to a character for no real reason other than I just don't need that many people on the field. With Hearth Arena helping me pick the right cards, I am noticing there's a lot more stickiness happening to these characters. And I've heard of that concept, but not fully learned and embraced it. The idea that for the amount of mana you put on the field, will this last on the field for 1 or 2 turns, or will it die in the first turn that you summon it, or in the second turn where you have to use it to trade damage or to defeat a taunt enemy or something like that. And stickiness seems like it's a more important concept than you generally would think. Here the guy doesn't want to lose, so he's stalling.
Weakling.
And see, people aren't gonna jump on just because, just for random reasons. What would be interesting to check is I should look at my Twitter feed and see if I get that pushed out when I'm streaming. I don't know if I can even do that. Let's see. I don't know if I'm logged into my Twitter on my phone. Nope, not signed in. Well, thank you, Chrome autofill.
Let the hunt begin.
And then two-factor authentication. Thank you for reminding me that that exists, although it is through the text. Google is going to try to push people away from using text as their way of getting the two-factor authentication announcements, because it's so easy to call a phone company and steal the entire phone number away from somebody and then can steal other accounts from that. So I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work, because last time I checked, even if you did have two-factor authentication in your game, well, in your app, not your game, on YouTube, through Google, they still wanted a backup phone number in case you lost connection to the two-factor authenticator. So unless they've changed the recovery options, so now you cannot have a backup phone number, which I don't think they have, because they were bugging me to add a backup phone number just the other day. The system is still full of that complete flaw. Let's see. Wind Fury or +3 attack? Let's go +3 attack. In the turn. This is strange. Actually, as far as my Twitter is concerned, I haven't posted anything since 19 hours ago. Which, I guess maybe? Let me check my YouTube and see if that's right. Because we are streaming earlier, which then means the reason why it didn't announce me is there is no reason. I thought there was logic there, but at this point it doesn't seem like there is. Let's see. King's Quest number 3 was put out 40 minutes ago, and LA Noir, there's something weird about King's Quest that's getting, I think, flagged by Twitter. I don't know why King's Quest specifically would be flagged by Twitter, but whatever. Let's just do this. Let's go and protect our stronger character.
Pass me that arc light spanner.
Getting a lot of spam.
Reporting for duty.
Lot of spam. Ooh, here's we could look at my most viewed videos as I'm sitting here wasting time. Adapt. Death rattle. This. Let's go ahead and get 11 damage. Need to focus on the game. Okay, so my most viewed video is what I assumed, how to set up and use Hearthstone deck tracker, which is way too old of a video and needs probably to be replaced, but frankly doesn't need to be replaced. 156 thumbs up, 106 comments. My next biggest one is Lego Batman 2 DC Super with 10,000 views, which that was a matter of just great timing on my part and planning on my part to have Lego Batman 2 come out right before the Lego Batman movie came out, and that's where that hype came from, and I knew it, and that was the plan. Let's see. This, and that. Kerbal Space Program has about 8,000 views for 2 Kerbal Space Program things. A lot of people complain about the audio. Whispers of the Old Gods, Kerbal Space Program, New Shaman things. One of my biggest things is this, the experimental Wheels on the Bus video. The music video that's only 2 minutes long and can't be monetized.
Flames consume you.
Because it doesn't have anything. The welcome bundle, interesting. I have a Game of Thrones video that has 1,400 views. Easy Rydo achievement. The Stranger Things demo got me 1,000. Pre-purchase events got me 1,000.
Justice.
Some random Hearthstone things get me between 1,000 and 500. So most definitely I can see almost nothing in my top tier videos, most viewed videos, is there for no reason. Like, if it's there because it was popular or there was something going on. There's a few You Don't Know Jack videos that have about 200 views. There's some Minecraft things that have a couple of views. A lot of this also just has to do with when they were released in the lifetime of my channel, certainly. Oddly, Let's Explore the Airport has 150 views, which is only one less than the Digital Devolver E3 press conference.
A gift from my benefactor.
And so we can't open this packet here like that. And then we need to just keep playing. You know what? Instead of doing tomorrow, maybe we could try to re-trigger the announcement. That would be an interesting move. Certainly.
I will fight with honor.
If instead of... It seems almost like the King's Quest itself is getting triggered by some kind of spam filter or non-announcement thing that's happening in YouTube itself. Although it is on the subscriptions feed, maybe what I could do is take a break, which isn't a terrible idea. Come back after this video in a more reasonable time, like an hour, and try to stream again. And maybe that's what I should do, like just going forward, is stay in the same day and just keep trying the announcements and the streams when there's bad streams. At the very least, that doesn't ruin my schedule, which trying to have some consistency and a good schedule is probably a very good idea. I'm gonna go ahead and do this instead of play this because there's a low chance that I'd get a 1 mana beast. I guess maybe a 1 in 10 chance, but that's not how it works. I would assume you're much higher, much more likely to play to get the 2 or 3 mana beasts that are plentiful versus the 1 10 mana beast or the... How do we want to play this? This would do 3 damage and keep 1 alive. I think that's probably our best bet. Draw 2 1-cost minions from your deck. That would be helpful later on. Yeah, I like that idea. Let's just try a different stream. If why not? It seems like it works. It seems like YouTube is more than happy to have people stream non-stop 24/7, so they really shouldn't have any reason to be upset with people stopping and starting streams. Let's see. Give them some extra health. Add a random beast to my hand. Like I thought. And we'll attack this. And the death rattle doesn't do anything, so we can attack the face. I don't even know what the death rattle was. I think it was something along the lines of give your minions +1/+1. Yeah, yep. we'll play this, I suppose. And I guess we'll have to kill this and this. And do that. And so I guess I'll stay away from news. And we'll just play this arena run.
Ready, sir.
And this arena run very possibly will take a while. So we're just gonna have a sit back and relax recording session here. On Hearthstone in particular, I don't feel like they care as much. This is an esport, this is a streaming game. Blizzard has never really seemed to care if people stream it as far as a copyright thing. So I think the argument could certainly be made legally that they don't intend or try to defend their copyright in most streaming cases, so there's no real reason why, if I just sat here in almost complete silence and barely did any commentary, I'd be in any risk of getting like a DMCA, which is the main reason why I'm constantly talking in all the other videos, is that I'm trying to be more critical and add my own commentary to it. Is there anything we want to do here?
Down!
Do that before this becomes a 7-7, I suppose. And then we'll see what happens. Deal 2 damage to a minion and 1 damage to the adjacent ones. Well, this'll work. I wish the people would play a little bit faster. This is the beauty of a single player game, is that you're really only limited by the speed of your own gameplay. Playing Hearthstone, you're constantly getting slowed down and irritated by the other player taking their time and the internet.
I must move quickly.
And see, the real nightmare here is, by all rights, I need to go do an arena run on the Asia server and an arena run on the European server too. So today may be an incredibly slow day, a long day, just for that factor alone.
Down!
This and this and let's do this one and this one and that one and attack. Still very much feeling that stickiness. Consistently 4 characters on the field in the mid game and late game, whereas the opponent, even while I'm playing control, even while I'm sacrificing some characters, they're simply not succeeding as much as you would think.
Down!
So even though this is a 10 attack, I still think like I can win in the next turn in a couple different ways. This could kill it, or I can just do damage to the face. He desperately needs a taunt or something to refill his health, or some element. I suppose when you're playing arena like this, you're not going to be guaranteed those Reno Jacksons or anything like that. So what do you want to do here? Play this and do 2 damage. 5, 6, 7, 8. We could do 8 damage on this guy, or we can just wait 1 turn. Next turn I can attack him with this and this, unless he can figure out a way to kill him.
Let me think.
I guess it is a very good question to ask is, am I weaker in my knowledge and understanding of cards, or am I weaker in my ability to pick the right card to play? Here we go. This. That. And I think I'll just wait for this. There's no reason to kill this character. He is slowing me down, but not enough. I imagine on an arena run I need on average a 5, 6, or 7 victory to guarantee 150 gold, or maybe even higher. Wouldn't it be weird if even if you got a 12 win run that still didn't get you 150 gold, it just got you a bunch of cards and card packs and dust? I don't think that it's possible. I looked at the distribution table of what you would get based on how many wins you've gotten, but it was a long time ago, so, and it may have changed. Give a friendly beast taunt. Alright. How about this friendly beast here? Will that work with taunt? Kill that one. And that one. And see, I'm just gonna keep this one alive, because again, no real reason to kill this character. Actually, probably a great reason to kill this character, come to think of it, since oh well. Either way, this one was dead. And see, I've gone 45 minutes and I haven't even gotten 1 loss on the arena run, nor have I made any progress on the daily quests, which is problematic. Really, really problematic. This is definitely a point where I need friends to hop on and let me actually win, and just to save time, because this is going to take forever. This is going to take more than all day to do all 3 of the daily quests. Summon 2 copies of yourself. Do this. And again, I'm just going to end the turn. He's got 8, 10, 13. So if he can do 4 more damage to me, he's won.
Delicious spider.
Hey, well played. Interesting. kind of happy for that though. I'd love to go for a 12-win victory, but also it doesn't seem like that's realistic that that's gonna happen. And I don't know, like the odds of me getting 9 quick concessions in arena or quick victories of any kind is so low that just from a time-saving measurement, it's much better to bet on just losing in 2 more games and being done. I don't really want to do that because with 3 victories I'm not gonna get back my money, but on the other hand it would be the most time efficient thing. Guess we'll go ahead and play that.
I suppose.
Ready to ride.
Glory to the Sindora.
Just keep playing characters, I suppose. Try to be as quick about this as possible. I know I've said that before. You know, this stream wouldn't be too bad to just be a muted candidate. I haven't done that before in a while. It doesn't really work, and really isn't a great way to stream, but you know, I could just mute myself and get out of my chair, which is a little uncomfortable after a while, and move over to my bed that has an adjustable base now and just be in full comfort as I'm playing for what potentially could be hours and hours of this arena run. I guess on a certain level this is probably why Kriperian is more, he's more about doing clips on his YouTube channel than doing the originals, just streams, is because I think he does just kind of sit back and relax. It'd be nice if this one got silenced. I don't think I have a character that silences though. See, I don't know if I have multiple elementals in my deck. It might be a good move to start holding on to elementals.
Ready to ride.
Let's do this.
Scuttle the ship.
Whenever this minion takes damage, deal 3 damage to your hero. I was hoping this one would get Wind Fury. That would have been really nice. 16 damage. This guy So many players don't seem to realize how taunt works. I don't understand. Do people really not pay attention even that much? Like, clearly there's an enemy with taunt. That's all you need to know. This, in return. Draw one deck cost.
Come to me, little ones.
Nice. So we do this, and then this, and this will significantly reduce the cost of that. And I think we'll just save our characters for the next turn. The Sea Giant, I suppose, even if I had one more card, would always cost at least 3 mana by itself. But that'll work. This, and then this in the next turn. I don't have anything that would increase the damage. Oh, darn it. All that work. How about we do this then? That's down to 5. If I play this, it would only be at 4. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then that one. Kill that. In return. I have no idea what would be in the King's Quest. Like, what specifically? Do they have the word king just because of like DraftKings or other gambling sites blocked on YouTube? As far as announcements, I know there was something weird going on, but I don't know what I did, and you never get any feedback on why it's doing anything. Like, one of the things that probably, if I was just going to be really slimy, I'd probably just put Vivo in the title of all my videos and change my channel to have Vivo in the name. Even if I have no affiliation with Vivo, I'll just put it in there anyways. Because I think YouTube's black box has probably been programmed unintentionally to promote anything with Vivo in the name, and I think that was probably their plan in the first part. 5, 2 damage, and 1. 7 here. And this. We'll get rid of that. And then we'll just end the turn there. I'm not succeeding as well as I would like. Should I be covering up people's names? No, I guess not.
Your opponent's left.
Sweet, sweet victory. Save me some time. Four. We're not watching the animation of the keys get better. 4-5 victory wins. Better than I've ever done previously in Arena. I haven't really put a lot of effort into doing Arena runs before. Now it is past the 45-minute mark, so here's a prime example in which I should have just said, nope, I'm not doing any more. I'm going to end the recording here and just make people go back and watch the previous episode.
You give me strength.
Let the hunt begin.
Particularly since I have so many extra episodes of Hearthstone. I've been very fluid about the length. That was true for Commander Keen and Wolfenstein 3D too as Spotlights. I was like, I'll just play them and cover them as long as it takes, and both of them went for over 45 minutes, closer to 50 in Wolfenstein 3D's case, and I feel like that worked pretty well. Honestly, not trying to limit or keep the episodes the same works fine if you're just doing a Spotlight. An hour-long single video is still way shorter than going the full length of the game and doing hour-long episodes, or even 30-minute or even 20-minute episodes, and then playing 10 hours of the game by the time you're done. So do I want to do this, or do I want to play something like this? Let's go ahead and do that. That'll require these two to kill it or live with it, one or the other. After this minion attacks, adapt. So I could get all of the adaptions.
What is real?
Is this a beast? No, it's a dragon. These beasts? No, they're murlocs. None of this one is a beast. These two are murlocs. This is a dragon. Deal 5 damage. This guy's getting better and better. Trigger a friendly death rattle. Taunt. Or this. Do this. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this guy. And probably should have killed this guy instead, actually. That was bad play on my part. I think I'm doing everything wrong here. Particularly since he can just heal these characters. Right. Taunt. This in the turn. Ideally, maybe I could play this, but I don't think so.
The game begins.
He's got me. He's got me. Well. Could do this. Then next turn play this. But that's not the right move to make. All he needs is one Wind Fury and he's won. So I gotta play this, and then this, and then this.
Your weakness betrays you.
Go and attack that in the turn. If I somehow succeed on this, I'd be amazed. Deal 2 damage to the adjacent ones.
Brothers, heed my call.
Wind Fury. Alright, 2 damage and 1 to the adjacent ones. Which means this, this, and that. And I've lost.
Well played.
Well played.
We'll well play him and we'll move on. So I only have to lose one more time and then this arena run will be done. Only have to lose. That's a silly way to look at it, but it is the truth. I wouldn't mind a quick victory here, like a disconnect victory, or 2 or 3 or 4. If they're quick, I'll take 8 quick victories right now and be at a 12-2 position, and then that would be the end of my run. But realistically speaking, probably just gonna lose this one or the next one, and then that'll be the end of the run. I'd like to be at 5. That's my new adjusted goal. I'd like to be at 5 victories instead of 4, just to see if maybe that will get us our money back. But we shall see. So if they don't kill this guy, I can adapt next turn. Or if I get a 1 mana creature.
Out of my jungle!
Let's see. Adapt. What would his Wind Fury be? In the turn. Next turn I can play this. Turn after that I can play that. Suppose I could kill this guy right now, but let's... Actually, we can do this and then end the turn and see what happens. It'd be really funny if he played a 2 health creature right on this side.
I wonder.
Nobody really thinks about placement of cards that much, though. It all pretty much appears as it is. Five and then 2. So this was the turning point for me. It would be funny if the opponent saw that and conceded right now. There's still probably a lot they can do. There's definitely a problem with the idea if every second of my time is of some value. There's definitely a problem with the idea of just continuing this stream even knowing that it's not been announced and thus nobody's gonna see it. In all rightfulness, I should probably have stopped the stream after I realized it wasn't going to announce before I even started it, which is, frankly, I kind of knew it wasn't going to be announced even before I started. Taking a break and then come back. And going forward, that is the right move. Yeah. But for the moment, the right move is to make this episode for the recording and then use that recording, then take a break and come back. Well, this works, and this works, and this works. Now, we are at a major turning point for the character, for the opponent. I have 15 damage. Blizzard saved the day for 1 turn, but probably won't save the day forever. This poisonous character will help me get past any taunt creatures or anything they try to play. So I don't see how I don't hit them in the face next turn. Well, I guess that's one way. If you're playing Frost Mage, you can just continuously freeze me. Let's see. But now, clearly, they only... Well, in Arena, they could have 3 or 4 of that same spell, but it's not likely. took 3 major strikes to get rid of my character. However, this is now damaging my odds of winning because I'm running out of characters. The board clearing of 3 different spells in 3 turns is a difficult trick to counter.
For the king!
Of course, 6 more turns and just the steady shot will kill him. Unless they've got some kind of spell.
An autograph?
Unless they can heal 5 more turns, I'll still win. At this rate. There was a bug in Hearth Arena that it thought I was still doing the arena run before. Doesn't seem like it really matters though, because it caught up and figured out what it was doing after a while. Did not stop this guy. At least they haven't yet. Four more turns.
More to be.
Wow.
An incredible discovery.
I don't think I've seen this card. I guess there's a reason to not play cards that where it might have 0 cards in your hands, other than the normal reasons. So 3 more times, maybe this is an ice block that will keep him alive for a few more turns. Maybe if he gets enough characters, that Wind Fury in particular might prove itself to be dangerous. How many more cards do they have? 13 more cards. I'm gonna hold on to a card. It wouldn't matter. Yeah. 16, 17. Let's see. Draw 2 minions.
Come to me, little ones.
Play this. Play this. I've lost. Which is fine. Like they beat me fair and square. That's another well played on my part. On their part. Sorry, I used that phrase wrong. Maybe I was playing badly, but I don't think so. I just think I was outclassed. So a 4-win arena run. We're not getting the 0 wins we used to get, but I'm still not also succeeding. And we get a card pack and we get 70 gold. And Kevin Wu says, "Is YouTube fun for you, Rydo?" Yeah, it's alright. Like, it's a lot better, honestly, than any other job I've ever done, and it's the only job I'd ever want to do. To answer your question. Now we're in a weird position because even though we have Kevin Wu that just got on, nobody else is watching because YouTube didn't announce it. We need to do a Tavern Brawl.
Perhaps you would like to try my Frost Brawl? It is much cooler than Ragnaros's Brawl.
Interesting. We need to do a tavern brawl. We got the free arena, so that covers. Ahun is granting 1 free run for new runs during the Frost Festival. Would Ragnaros do that? Nope. Interesting. And I have Rogue, Priest, and Druid. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break. We'll probably play as the Druid and do either a second arena run, which I don't think so, because I have other arena runs in the Asia and European accounts, so we'll do those arena runs instead, and we'll do the tavern brawl and just regular gameplays. So I'll be back in a little while if people are watching live. Everybody else, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.